Hey, what is up, everybody? We're back with the S1000RR, and we got pretty much the last of our parts in, at least until February. Got the bike taken apart, and over here, we finally got the second biggest piece to our puzzle. Brentuning went ahead and sent us the handheld, and this is the box. The new box, I might add. It's very nice. Better than the old box that my M came in. Super nice box for the handheld. The plugs are down there. Got the IAT relocation and the air filter. Finally got this stuff in. It has been a long time coming. Been wanting to do this now all winter long, and finally got everything in. Everything was finally in stock, so we're still waiting on the velocity stacks, so we won't be able to do the velocity stacks today, but that's all right. That can be for another video. But we've already had to take the seat off, the windscreen, little piece up under the windscreen, and fuel tank covers and side panels. Everything was pretty easy. T25 bolt here. There's these little clips here. 10 mil bolt that goes through here. 13 wrench you'll need here. Same with the other side. 13 there. And then you have like your 4 bolts, 5 bolts up here. You have your 5 bolts up here for your tank. And 4 bolts for your windscreen. The tools we will be using is the same thing as usual, your T25. For your fuel tank, to get your fuel tank removed, 10 mil and 13 mil. For your fuel tank, I've got needle nose pliers and flathead here for these little clips. Little clip here, there, and there. You have to be really careful pulling these things off. That way you don't drop them and lose them down in there. But you will have to take off this screen, which I'm getting ready to do here in just a moment. Slide these metal tabs off, unplug that. Your display screen will come off. Try not to touch it with your fingers. Don't want to leave any fingerprints on there. And then once that S1K chick gets down here off of work, she will help me lift off the fuel tank, and we'll dig inside of this, and we'll be back with you in just a moment. So we got the fuel tank off. Let's go up to the front real quick so I can show you up here. So on the fuel tank, you'll also have like these 2 little clips, like here. You have them for the turn signals. You'll want to use a flathead or your nail and just kind of pull back on them, and then you'll slide out the electrical plug. It'll just clip on the end there. So you'll have that same thing on the fuel tank. Both of these electrical plugs here will have the same system, just those 2 little clips. Then on the fuel tank, there's this little white tab you just push in, pull this out. There will be some fuel that comes out of this, and there will be fuel in the line, so just be careful. Put a rag under there so you don't make a mess. Not a whole lot will come out, but a couple drops of fuel will come out. And then the whole fuel tank will come off. I've got it sitting right over here. Just got it sitting up just like that. That's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. Then there's a bolt here and a bolt here that holds in the ECU, and then a plug. So you unplug this. Oh, and also on the fuel tank, you'll have a breather. You'll have a breather here on the fuel tank, and one just on the other side as well. Those just literally just slide off with your fingers. And then that is it. And then the ECU, you can see, just kind of folds out of the way there. So then you can take this little tab out, pull your air filter out, and over here on the table, I've already done everything. This bike has 4,100 miles on it already in like 6 months, 5 months. We've already put 4,500 or 4,100 miles on it. Air filter on this thing still looks pretty much brand spanking new. Nothing wrong with it. But look at it. You can barely see the light through it. Then you look at this. You can literally see right through the filter. So there is, I don't know if I can get this back off. Flip this upside down. There is this that will be on there. So you will have to remove it, put it on the new filter, and then literally it just slides right down into place. And this piece here, one side there, one side there, there we go. And just falls in. And to remove this, you just tab there, tab on the other side, and that just comes right out. Then the ECU will literally go just like that. Plug, I moved it. No, this plug here will just go right back in. Same thing, little tab there. This plug here will come up, loop around, and go right back in there. This will sit here. Then you got a zip tie. I did cut like 2 zip ties off of this, so that will be zip tied back together. This will go back on your fuel tank. This will go back on your fuel tank. And that's pretty much it for the air filter. Super easy. Just had to remove the fuel tank for this. And actually I'm gonna have to remove this again because my sensor, I'm gonna figure out where that IAT sensor is. It's just under this stuff here. So I'll have to get to that in just a moment. Alrighty, so we ended up removing the IAT sensor out of here. Just a quarter turn and it pops out of place. You will just unplug it. This is the sensor. I ran it from here over, went back behind the frame here, and I ran it down. I actually unbolt it here. There's one bolt behind there, and then this piece just kind of slides out, and it will actually give you just enough room to go from here and down underneath. I ran the sensor along the side, same as I did with the M1000. Ran it along the side here, up, and into the front here. I've already got it. Mount it and into the front. Got it there. You will have to take off, there's that green O-ring. You will have to take that off to put the sensor through the hole. But once that's through, you can go ahead and put the O-ring back on, and that's what actually holds the sensor up front in place. You will have to remove the front end. There's literally, what was it, 3, 4 bolts? Something like that, that's in the front here. Only a couple bolts here, 2 bolts I think, and then 2 bolts up underneath. And then this will come off as one big section. As you can see here, just took it off in one big section. So 4 bolts hold that big piece in. That will come off. I will zip tie all this back up. This will go back on. We'll install all that in the fuel tank. And we're pretty much done. It's only about maybe a 2-hour job. You could really do it. Since I'm recording, it's taking a little bit longer, but you probably do this job yourself in like an hour and a half, if that, and have everything done. Pretty easy. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And oh, the drill bit size, that's very, very important. Hey, I need you real quick, please. Hold this. Thank you. So the drill bit size that I actually used is a 1532 is the drill bit size that I used. I went with this size because it actually fits the sensor in extremely well. All you got to do is drill that hole, take the O-ring off, and that sensor slides right into place. No issues, no fighting it, nothing like that. Super easy. So you will want that drill bit size for sure. Did you already get the screen protector on?
Yeah.
Then she went ahead and installed a screen protector while she's waiting on me. And another thing I kind of don't like about whenever I don't take the air box off was there was a little bit of stuff in there. Not this. That's me drilling the hole. There was a bee in there that I actually used my pliers for and pulled that out. Cleaned out the best I could. What I do like is whenever you take this front end off though, you can see in there I will wipe and clean as much of that out as I possibly can to get that clean. So get this thing cleaned up and put back together. You got that screen? Yeah, and then she put the new screen protector on it, which looks really freaking good. Those couple air bubbles will come out of there. So, yeah, that's a must. That's definitely a must-have because the BMW screens are so sensitive to everything. So, screen protectors must-have. And this is the screen protector we got. We used it. I got this through Moto Million. It comes with 2 of them. So that was nice, and it was like $20 for a dual pack. Alrighty, so something I want to show real quick as we're putting the bike back together. Here's this little plastic tab here. Plastic tab here. When it comes to this section here, this is the first piece you take off and the last piece that goes back on, because those tabs, these tabs here, will actually sit down in that hole there and this hole here. So if you're not careful when you take this off, those tabs will break. Before, I've actually taken this piece off. I've actually taken this piece off by itself before. You have to be really careful doing so that you slide it out underneath there. Do not recommend it. Spend time taking the 4 bolts off of here and taking that piece off. And then whenever you take this piece off, you have it bolted on. There's those Velcro strips, 2 of them. You will actually want to get your hands up under here and slowly pry up to break that Velcro seal, and you'll have that metal tab there and a metal tab there as well. Then for the windscreen, you will literally want to hand tighten these, and that is it. So she's using the tool. That's all she's doing, just hand tighten them for all 4 for the windscreen. If not, you will crack this. You will mess up the rubber pieces. The rubber pieces are about $10 a piece, $8 a piece, and your windscreen is going to run you almost $100 or more. So just be careful doing those 4. Other than that, the bike's back together. I'm getting ready to throw the Brentuning on now, and we'll show that. Because you're done, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Alrighty, so we got everything back together. Everything's bolted up. Got the handheld plugged in here. So as soon as you get the handheld from Brentuning, you actually have to, there's another cord. It's upstairs with my computer. You will take that cord, hook it up to your computer, go to the Brentuning's website. They have a very detailed step-by-step instructions on there. But when you get this out of the box, you will have to update it straight out of the box. So you'll have to take this, hook it up to your computer, update it. Then you can bring it down to your bike. You'll come here to writing, and you will download the file from the bike. Take that file, send it off to Brentuning with like 26 questions you'll have to fill out, and you'll get it back from them. I've already got my file back from them. So we'll hit OK. As you can see down there, you can see a little green light. I do have my battery tender plugged in there. So we hit OK. Switch on. So bike's on. Hit OK. So that just popped up, probably because I removed the screen off of it. That's all right. And we'll just sit here and wait, and it will do its thing.
There's also instructions in here.
Yeah. This is something she was looking at. Comes with the handheld. So, go back over everything where this is, oh. That says switch off the dashboard, so we switch it off. Hit OK. Yep. Switch on the dashboard. Okay. There we go, and it's officially programming.
I also want to say, Brentuning, if you're watching this, I'm loving the new boxing. The new box.
Yes, go grab the old box in the cabinet over there, please. Yeah, the new box that it come in is way better than the old box. And we do have the old box for the M. Comes with a card. Comes with all this stuff. Box is super freaking nice. Way better than this. This is the old box I have for the M. This box here, much nicer looking, much more durable. I trust this more in shipping. So, yeah, definitely nice. Anything else you want to add?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Brentuning, for all this. We absolutely love your guys' product. Of course, that's why we use it. We trust it. We love it. You guys have great customer service. So this will take about 10 minutes to get done, but yeah, everything we used: pliers, flathead, 10 mil ratchet wrench, 13, the T25, and of course zip ties.
You don't need these cloths. I just have special bolts.
Yeah. And we use, anybody out there, we can use that as a tip. We use a T20. Bring it over here. Use a T20 with a cloth for the red bolts. That way you don't mess up the paint on the red bolts. Something that we do.
I have them powder
So,
coated.
yeah, she has them powder coated. So, for the safety of the bolts and we don't mess them up, make sure the paint stays good, we use a T20 and a cloth. So, that way we don't mess it up. But yeah, I think that's about it. We're just going to finish up with this. All this is going to do is just program. It'll tell you everything's good to go. And then you can shut the dashboard off and stuff like that. So,
Your helper's doing big work over there.
I know, right? So, yeah, anything you'd like to add?
Nope. Ready for the first ride.
Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Follow us both over on Instagram. Thanks again, Brentuning, for everything. Super fast shipping, awesome customer service. Go ahead and follow them over on Instagram as well and go check out their website. I will leave a link down below to them. That S1K chick and that M1K guy, out.